Welcome back. We are coming to you live from Paradise. The Billabong Pro Tahiti round 2 is underway with Filipe Toledo now taking on Jadson Andre. This will be a good heat. Filipe in a great position on the ratings, 13th, despite the fact he has missed 2 events this year due to injury. Jadson Andre, on the other hand, back in 29th spot, so he'll be hungry for a result. Another surfer that has really struggled to put up a solid finish in a CT event this year. His best came in Fiji at a 9th there, and getting a lot of spray off the rail of that Takora. And we might even see Matt make a move to a longer board throughout the year, as we see Filipe during that interview tucked into this thing and got tangled up with the foam ball. He was on his way to perhaps the biggest number of the day. Jadson Andre also had an opportunity, Ross.
Wow, so that was a huge opportunity lost there for Filipe. I'd love to have another look at it. It looked like he was for sure deep, but got caught up in the foam ball and lost that projection forward. But that was an amazing wave there for Filipe. Had he come out of that, could have been a 9, 9.5, something like that. So, wow, what an opportunity lost.
When this all unfolds. But we do have a little bit of movement out here once again. Let's hope these sets keep pulsing in. As the current world number 13 tucks in, and he is trying to force his way through that curtain, but he can't do it as that wave starts to pinch.
So it was very, kind of tight quarters in there. So watch his shoulders. Right now, while the wave is hollow, he's fine. He's in there, it's nice and clean, and as it gets smaller, there's no room left in the barrel, and he kind of got low. That could have been the only kind of fault he made. Here's the one I wanted to see. It's a bigger wave. Good surfing there by pumping, no hands. Now that he's deep and kind of needs to get really small inside that barrel. The
foam ball's really dangerous to play with because it'll explode you up into the roof. It's almost more makeable when the waves are taller.
Yeah, it's definitely tight quarter. So look at this. That's good surfing. Just a couple of pumps. He's trying to up his speed. So he knows he's deep. You can see right there he's behind the foam ball right there. The floor of the barrel opened up. So, okay, I'm kind of glad we saw this angle again. So I don't really see any big mistake from Filipe. I don't think, he squandered it. He was simply so deep that the floor opened up and he fell through the bottom of it. Again, he set the bar so high, Filipe, and he just owns that joint.
Well, here we go. Filipe on an insider here. He's going to drive up into this first section and just gets it wrong. Throws his board vertical but gets pushed down. And Jadson behind him now, maybe with an opportunity to get slotted. Well positioned, just times that paddle into the wave, stalls for a moment, gets some cover, wants to get priority. There is quite a few all Brazilian heats in this second round. We've already seen one. It was Alex Ribeiro getting the jump on Adriano de Souza, sending him home with a 25th for the first time since Tahiti 2014. But let's look back on the exchange between these competitors. Jadson got barreled, but there was some points on the inside. He didn't want them, Ross.
Yeah, that was huge. So right here, you can already tell he's looking at the exit, and he knows that Filipe is getting caught inside. So quickly, he kicks out, and he starts scrapping. But I give a lot of credit to Filipe. He picked up on a situation, and he regained priority. So even though he was a little bit further in than Jadson, he had that inside track, and he used every ounce of muscles he could to get back out to the lineup first. Be busy, be patient. Wait, be busy, be patient. So it's confusing out there. You just don't know what theory will work.
Well, let's see what Filipe's theory is on this wave as he tucks in for the tube. Bit of a stall there, a little bit of frustration maybe in his body language as he kicks out. Let's see if Jadson gets something behind him. Already has the single highest score of this heat, a 5.5. Trying to push up his heat score total a little more. Now he's going to go to turns and lays back hard, pushing on the tail of his board and whacking a couple of nice little turns through the inside as well. So Jadson's going to make his way over the reef and onto the back of the ski. He'll do the big loop.
So here it is, Ronnie. He's kind of forcing himself inside that barrel. There's not a whole lot of room. So he did well just to kind of squeeze out of that thing. That's the best turn of that wave right there. Layback snap. Nice strong effort, little connection, and just finishing it off there on the reef. So a very positive way to finish that score. So the barrel, had he kicked out right here, we're looking at like a 3 or something. So these moves will, I think, add a couple of points, and he's going to put some pressure on Filipe.
Solid combination, a lot of power unloaded. Here's the replay of Filipe's ride.
I think just a small mistake by having this body language right here. It's almost like you're telling the judges, yeah, you know, don't even look at it. That's a throwaway. But
he's got to maintain the fight here in this second round clash with Jadson. He's not out of it, and he's actually in the tube now. Live action. Well, we only caught the end of it, but it looked to be one of the better tube rides in this heat.
And he needs it. His timing, you know, it's crucial. He needs something to happen right now because Jadson's slowly grinding away on him. Jadson's on a ski. He's got to do the runaround. So there you go. That's the best barrel we've seen so far in this heat. Pretty good technique. I kind of don't like, again, that he's kicking out, Ronnie. I think he needs to focus on finishing these waves. We've seen almost 2 points, I'm guessing, added to Jadson's last score by the finishing move. So, again, just, you know, I think some small mistakes here being made by Filipe.
And maybe with the strength of Felipe's turns and the speed in which he executes them, there's an opportunity to create a real point of difference with Jadson. What's Jadson doing here?
He is appealing to the judges. You know, he's in his head, he's trying to say, hey, Filipe motioned for that wave. He definitely gave it a couple paddles. Priority should have switched to me. I'm not sure if Ratso, our head priority judge, is so convinced. There's just a couple of paddles, but it was kind of before the swell hit him. That's very debatable, Ronnie.
Did he try and catch the wave?
He did not try to catch the wave. He definitely had a look. You know, we've seen that go the other way. Sometimes it's kind of 50-50, but the judges have not rewarded priority over to Jaddy, so they're determining that Filipe did not really commit to that. 100% if Filipe had come out of that barrel and done a couple of turns, his score would be much lower needed right now.
Jadson's still working to improve his lead, but he's going to get caught behind here. The other thing to keep in mind for Filipe is expecting his first child in a couple of months, I believe.
One last opportunity here, Ronnie.
10 seconds to go. Filipe, he had a look right, but he's going to stick with the left here. Taking off, driving off the bottom into this first section. Whips his board through a nice vertical approach. And just a semi-committed cutback, suggesting that he is over it. And he slams his board in frustration. He is out of the event here in the second round, falling to Jadson Andre, who's marching on to the third round.
Understandably so. That's got to be frustrating because he knows that was not a good effort for him in that heat. He let go of the fact that he could have went to town and gone to his strength, which is big moves. That was what I was looking for in that heat.
Well, Jadson Andre with a heat score total of 10.43 is moving on.